Hello, this is John Storm reporting to you all once again. Today's topic is about the recent meteor strikes and all of the bad science I've been hearing all over the media in conjunction with these events. Now, why would a known hereditary witch be interested in science, you might ask? Because in our lengthy history as a culture and a species, it's been the wise ones, that's what witch means, who always searched out the answers long before scientists became the common term. Your ancestors, both ancient and modern, called us wizards. This witch is particularly strong in his convictions of an unbroken will and word, where is known to be our power base. So I have no ulterior motives here, but to once again set a record straight. We're being lied to again, all over the place, by people who should know better. Bad science and a dismal education system of indoctrination, rather than any real learning, seems to be the culprit here. There's been reports of a huge asteroid that just barely missed us. Reports of meteor strikes in Russia injuring about 1,200 people and blowing out windows and taking off roofs and making big sonic booms. San Francisco reports a meteor traveling about 140 miles through California before hitting someplace. Miami, Cuba, which is probably the same meteor. South Africa, France, Spain, a number of other reports as well. These things have been showing up all over the world. Now here's my problem with these reports. And whatever the reason, whether it be due to ignorance, stupidity, or lousy science from shoddy reporting, I don't know. But I keep hearing it in all the mainstream reports that these are, quote, unrelated events. In some of the conspiracy forums, someone mentioned that they are related, but wouldn't say how, and that set off a whole mess of wild speculations. The truth seems rather harmless to me, and it's easily checked against. I can't really understand why the glaring error in reporting this phenomenon is being so often repeated and emphasized. So I put together this quick little fix to the glaring errors in reporting and bad science. First of all, this asteroid near miss and the accompanying cluster of large meteor strikes are very much related. Fact. All objects in space with mass have a gravitational pull on objects near them. You may notice floating objects in your tub or pool have a tendency to cluster together in one common area. This is because of their mass. So this is with asteroids. Asteroids is what they're called before they get drawn into a planet's gravity well and become known as meteors. They almost never travel in singles because their mass will draw other debris along with them. Space is not as empty as you think. It's full of all kinds of stuff. They travel in clusters. In fact, the clusters are often called families. So the term related is a very significant term to be used here. Which is why I really can't understand why they went so far out on board with such a glaring error in reporting. These families travel all over our solar system, and during certain portions of our yearly orbit around the sun, we cross paths with these families of asteroids. The families are named after the constellations whose area of space that we normally see them radiating out from. The Perseid meteor shower radiates out of the constellation of Perseus around mid-August or thereabouts every year. The Leonid family comes out of the constellation of Leo around November every year. The Geminids hail out of the area of Gemini every December. The Orionids from Orion in October. The Lyrids out of Lyra in April. And the Quadranids out of their own portion of space in early January, and so on. Families, clusters, not unrelated at all. Now I need to point out another commonality of these events. For the most parts, these meteor showers contain mostly debris that is small enough to burn up almost entirely in our atmosphere before they hit the ground. Small items lack the mass to draw larger debris with them. So for the most part, you can watch these showers every year and not hear of any great booms taking place anywhere because of them. Now let's go back to our big fellow. The larger asteroid we just passed has obviously larger mass and a larger gravitational pull on the debris fields it travels with. It stands to reason that there are bigger rocks traveling along its cluster or family. As a result, and totally related, as this biggie and its accompanying cluster traveled so near us, a few of those larger rocks got caught in our gravity well and made multiple hard hits around the globe. Just like there's never just one meteor shower or one meteor in a meteor shower, you can always expect more than a single strike, even or especially so on a larger meteor strikes as we just had recently. As I said before, the real science and information seems harmless enough for everyone to know. I really can't understand why they would lie or leave out such a thing. I don't understand why the error is constantly repeated by the idiotic talking heads. But I had to set the record straight in the name of good educational standards. You know how it is? Think about it for yourself. Research everything. Believe nothing until you do. The mind you save will be your own. Thanks for listening. See you around.